Hello, everyone. Oh, it's so good to see so many people already in the chat. Already had 3 people stop by. How great is that? Well, you all know me, Meteorologist Katie, my channel, So Many Fandoms. But with me today is probably one of my favorite people in the entire world. Yeah, definitely one of the people that I absolutely adore in this world, Miss Jilliann.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jilliann. I'm also a meteorologist. I went to the same college that Katie did. We were actually roommates for a year and was like the best year ever. So
Yes, so much chaos.
it was.
I think I have
I'm
scars to remember it by.
I would not doubt it at all. But I'm not a broadcast meteorologist like Katie. I'm actually getting my master's degree right now in Texas. So I'm just home for Christmas right now, but I'm really excited to get into today's topic of Good Omens. So
Yes. Oh, it's so great. Well, it's funny because you are the one who got me into Good Omens. Well, I'll give you 3/4 of the credit. The other one was David Tennant. But like you said, we were roommates. And so I walk in one day and you have the book for Good Omens. You're like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm going to read this. There's this show that's going to be coming out. I'm like, okay. And then, David Tennant became my life. And then I remembered what you said. And now I am in this wonderful fandom. But how did you get into it?
Um, I had just heard about Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett on and off. I'm also a really big fan of Supernatural, so I had heard that the creator of Supernatural had taken a lot of parts of the plot from different books that they had written together, and it was kind of in the same wheelhouse, like whole apocalypse, angels, demons thing. So I was like, I'll check this out, and I actually got the there we go. I got the book, and I had planned on finishing it before the TV show came out, but life kind of got in the way of that. So, but I still plan on reading it at some point. Just have to wait for life to calm down. But it was kind of introduction by proxy due to fandoms. So, I
Okay.
mean, but it still ended up becoming, one of my favorite series. And then I told Katie about it, and now here we are.
Here we are, each with our own cosplay in our closet.
Yeah.
Thanks to the show. But we already have some people popping up like Louise Sparrow. I love Good Omens. Yeah, you're in the right place then. So, because today we're going to be talking about some of the main characters and why we love them, whether it's the actor, whether it's the character, whether it's both David. And we're just going to be enjoying this and having fun. So if you guys have any comments, tell us what you think about the character and what made you like them or dislike them. Yes, add in a little Groot, some spice. And keep active in the conversation. We'll show it up on the screen. But yeah, so let's start out by showing off. Whoop, nope, that's just me. Now there's 2 of us.
Wow, Katie, trying to cut me off, I see.
Well, we're 3.5 minutes in, and I haven't had the spotlight nearly enough now. But so, Good Omens. There's the book and the TV show. If anyone's watching this who hasn't either read the book or seen the TV show, what would you say, Jilliann?
Come back to this at a different time after you've experienced the amazingness that is the show. It's on Amazon Prime, so go watch it whenever you have time.
Yes, and the best part is it's only 6 episodes, and they're only an hour long, which that's good if you're trying to binge it. Sad if you want more content. But oh well. So, okay. Well, we mentioned there's a book and then there's the show. And I'm going to click. Nope. Yep. Oh gosh, I screwed it up again. So with the book, you start out, there's always Crowley, there's always Aziraphale. But these are the drawings that are on the covers of the books that we have, because you and I had the same drawing. I don't know about you, but I think they got Crowley spot on with David.
Yeah, I mean, David just has this personality about him that he just plays these characters, and especially Crowley, just so well. And I only read a few chapters of the beginning of the book, and I just think they nailed getting David Tennant like spot on with this character.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so stare at the screen, get that image ingrained in your mind. Now I'm going to really quick try to transfer over to show you the picture that I found of David because I absolutely love it. And it's the exact same look almost that the drawing has. Like, I mean, that bone structure, man. I'm jealous. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so what are some of the traits for you and the comments that make you like Crowley as a character?
For me, especially, I love it when you have kind of quote unquote darker characters like Crowley who are kind of written to be the villain, but then also end up being good in some way. But they also provide like a comic relief to the show, uh, that may be a little bit, I don't know. This show's not too dark. It gets there in some parts of it, but
When Satan shows up, of course.
yeah. But I love how he provides like this natural comic relief and also just like being good without like, I don't know, it's just he's not trying to be good, but then he ends up being in some way, shape, or form good and helping the cause out in general when he really wasn't supposed to be helping out the cause, I don't think.
He's
So,
an accidental nice
um,
guy.
yeah.
I think I always fall for characters like these. Not literally fall like him, but you get the gist. Can you tell I've had a lot of sugar today as well? But I love like the not the bad boy, but like the I'm tough and nothing can hurt me. I'm damaged goods, blah 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 blah. And then he goes over and he has a garden in his house. Like
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
so relatable. Like when we chose to cosplay these characters, you're in real life probably a lot like Aziraphale, at least in our friendship, because you're good, you're studious, you're really nice, and you're fun. And then I'm more like Crowley because I'm chaotic.
And sometimes the bad influence for things.
Sometimes I wear that
Most
as
all
a
the time.
badge. There we go. That's why I think I'm drawn to Crowley, is because he's chaotic and he has a good sense of humor. Not so much the demonic sense, but some would say that since I chase tornadoes and root for bad weather, I am. Like my grocer today. Total side tangent. My grocery store, guys, knows who I am because he has my apparently look down. I wear a blue cap and a pink jacket every day. He came up to me and he said, I will give you a hamburger with a packet of bacon, which, first off, that is a weird bribe, if you make the snowstorm miss us.
Okay, then. That's
I'm like,
that's an interesting bribe to.
see, it was so weird. And see, that's why I think I relate so much to Girly, is just weird stuff happens to me all the time, and I just have to go with it and seem like I don't care. But oh my gosh, it's so.
And like you said, like I love Crowley, but I lean more towards Aziraphale because I feel like I relate to him a little bit more, like you just said.
Oh,
So
definitely.
I
Well, and
mean,
that
but
is
I still love
perfect.
the bad boy characters.
Yes. Well, see, that's the perfect
Yes.
transition to book
Mhm.
Aziraphale, which, of course, the book on
Mhm.
the picture on the cover. Did you notice he's wearing dad shoes?
He
I
is.
did
They're
not
like the
know it.
Adidas or Reebok or whatever they are.
Dude, you have a suit on. What are you? Oh, adorable little
So you're
angel
telling
child.
me I wore dress shoes for like an entire day at a Comic-Con and I could have worn my tennis shoes
You walked
and
around
still
an
been
entire.
canon.
Oh my god. Oh, now we know for next time though. If there's any Aziraphale
We do.
cosplayers out here, go for the Adidas. Oh my gosh. But so you have this image of Aziraphale. Then we switch over real quick. Let's see if I can do this technologically amazingly. Also, there's 6 viewers. Hello, people on the internet that we don't know who you are, but hello anyway. Pop in the comments if you want to show us or tell us why you love these particular characters or hate them or whatever, because we're here to just chat and have fun. But yeah, Book of Aziraphale and real life Aziraphale. I'm gonna try and find my way out of the light. Sorry, the sun's coming straight in, so I'm just gonna look weird for a little bit, but weirder than normal. But so we have Aziraphale. What do you think about the casting of Michael Sheen?
I mean, because You Got Me Hooked on Stage, which is obviously the show that Michael and David do together. I think I don't know. I think they just picked a great character to play Aziraphale. And I don't know, it just shows the testament to Michael's acting because he almost acts like the devious one, when they're in like the stage setting. So it just goes to show how amazing actor he is. But he just plays Aziraphale so well as just like this almost innocent, like, I'm just here to do the right thing type of person. And I love Michael Sheen. He's a great dude. And I don't think they could have picked anybody better for this. I think they
I'm
nailed it 100%.
Oh, absolutely. I know originally they were thinking of having him as Crowley.
Really? I didn't
Would
know that.
Oh, yeah, apparently I saw it, like, one of those early on interviews, and Neil Gaiman was talking, the creator of the show and book, and, he said that he was talking with Michael, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this into a show here, let me have you, like, read over the script for a character and such," and, he was originally going to be going for Crowley, and neither one of them, Neil nor Michael, wanted to tell the other that they wanted them to be Aziraphale, because Michael was like, I think I'd be better for him, and Neil was like, I think you'd be better for him. And so finally, when they figured that out, they were able to get past that and actually get him in Aziraphale, which he looks the part.
I mean, not that I don't think Michael would have done a great job as Crowley, but like David just brings this like aspect to it that is like all of his own, and Michael brings an aspect to Aziraphale that's, again, I don't think like if David was going to play Aziraphale or whatever, I don't think he could have brought, not that they aren't both amazing actors, but they were just meant to be in these parts because they're just I don't know, it's just something about it. It was destiny or something like that.
Oh, it was Terry Pratchett looking down from above saying, "Be friends," because they haven't worked together before the show, and
Yeah.
now they're like your best friends in the show. Now you're best friends in real life. I also want to say hey to Bop, Bird of Prey 5, Kapla, Klingon, and other fandom, and yeah, if you haven't listened to, or heard of Good Omens, 6 episodes, Amazon Prime, or you can just pick up the book. They have them at libraries all over the place. So, or, probably find a friend. It's a pretty well-known book. They might have one. So thank you for listening and actually popping on. It's so great to have people watching. But, so yes, we talked about Crowley and Aziraphale, which of course are probably the 2 fan favorites. Oh my gosh, this lighting is terrible. We're just gonna, there we go. And I'm going to hide in the shadows like the demon I am. See, Bob said he has Amazon Prime, so do it. You should
6 episodes. You can do it. You can binge it in a day.
But yeah, I could do it probably. I could watch it twice in a day and still not catch everything. It's so good.
Yeah, I know.
So there's just no good lighting in here. But so we've talked about the main characters. Everyone really either clings to Aziraphale or Crowley or both. And there's also a bunch of other main characters that get a lot of time in the spotlight. So we want to talk also about what makes us like them or dislike them because of the way that they're portrayed. I just have to go with Gabriel first, if you don't mind, because oh my gosh, John Hamm plays this role to a T. And he's not even a character in the books, which I read the first little bit of the book, but I had to stop because work and life, and I'm a bad book nerd. But like, how did you think he did when you first watched through the show?
Well, I've actually seen John Hamm briefly in other things because my mom is a huge fan of Mad Men, so I already knew that his acting chops were up to par. So I knew actually my mom sent me a link and she was like, oh my God, they're going to make this show with John Hamm in it. Maybe I'll have to watch it with you because she loves him. And so when I watched it for the first time, I wasn't, no surprise there. He hit it out of the park with this character, but I loved, he was kind of, I don't know, not evil, but he kind of provided that, like, I don't know, opposite side to good and, good and bad type of thing. But he did it in a comic way because, like, some of the things that just like happened with this character
Thank you for my
make me
pornography.
chuckle. Yeah, exactly. Like,
That's a line from the show, by the way, guys.
Every time. It gets me every time because, and the way he just delivers those comedic lines are like A plus. Like, I cannot see anybody else again in this character because he did just an amazing, like, flawless job with this. And I don't know. What do you think, Katie?
Oh my gosh. I think just when he shows up, he's going to be, okay, he's on the side of good. He's clearly from heaven. He's clearly an angel. But he's on the gray side of things, not quite in the dark, the yin yang mix, but you can tell that you might not like him. But I think my two favorite things from him that really solidified his performance were thank you for my pornography, because I cannot imagine any other actor delivering that so beautifully. And then also in the end of the show, if you haven't watched the show, pull out your headphones for a second. I'll wave like this when you can rejoin. Ready? Okay, now you have no excuse. I love it at the end when he goes, just shut your stupid face and die already. Like, because there's another actor, they could be seeing that and thinking, okay, so I just say, shut your stupid face and die already. No. He decides to do the upper inflection. Totally, I think that's probably him or the director saying, let's make this funny. And it totally changes his entire character. And he makes him, like, lovably evil. If that makes sense.
Yes,
welcome back, everyone.
Exactly.
To make sure everyone can come back. Oh my gosh, hey, there's Orville Nation. PJ. So great to be on a live stream. Also, Jilliann, totally awesome. Just gonna say, best. But yeah, so you mentioned your mom liked him in, was it Mad Men?
Yes.
So he was pretty popular here. He's pretty popular here in the US. I'm not so sure about over in England and such, but I do have to ask, when your mom said, I might have to watch the show, did you watch the show?
No. And I don't know if she would, because I don't know. I think she just saw John Hamm and was like, hey, I like him. Let's watch this show, and didn't realize it was going to have, like, Satan and an apocalypse and
the Antichrist,
all these other things. All these things. And, like, again, like, she's watched, I'm, again, a fan of Supernatural, so she's seen a couple of episodes with me, but I don't think she's seen, like, that dark aspect to those type of things. And so I was like, let me like watch it first, and I'll let you know if I think you would like it. And then I ended up telling her, I'm like, I don't know if you would like it, but if you really want to watch it, like, I'll watch it with you. But she's not into, like, the whole, dark and, like, violent. Well, it's not really that violent, but anyway, yeah, it's just not something she would gear toward in a TV show. So maybe I'll talk her into it. We'll see, and I'll let you know if she.
I got my mom to watch it, and I mean, we're good God-fearing folk. So I remember the first time, because I sat down my mom and my dad and my brother all around the couch, and I said, we're going to watch this. You are going to enjoy it, and you're going to say you enjoy it even if you don't, because it is my life now. And it wasn't threatening at all. But this was before we went to Comic-Con, because I wanted them to understand what we were doing. And there were several parts, like in one episode, if anyone who's watching hasn't seen the show, first off, pause, go watch it, come back. But when the nunnery, is it? The convent, when it burns down with the satanic nuns, my mom was just sitting on the couch, just like, Like you know that look when someone's like total vision of you in their mind just shatters
Yeah.
and they have to rebuild that. So when you hear the words, oh yeah, it's about a demon and an angel teaming up to battle Satan and defeat the Antichrist and prevent the apocalypse, and there's a hellhound, all the dukes of hell and the archangels, it's like, yeah, that sounds biblical and it sounds like it might be treasonous if your priest finds out. No, it's a comedy that has bite, in my opinion. And that just goes to show, John Hamm with the comedy chops and Michael and David, because they're just freaking adorable. But, I did not realize this. Jilliann 323, I hope I pronounced that right. See, with the last name of Nicolau, I mispronounce all the time, and I always feel guilty. But John Hamm was great in the Black Mirror episode White Christmas. Have you seen Black Mirror, Jilliann?
I have not, no.
See, I hear that's like a dark sci-fi, which...
Isn't it like, it's on Netflix, isn't it? It's like like, I've heard of it, and I've heard of aspects, like, they kind of try to freak you out with, like, things that could happen in the future or whatever. I don't know. It's things like that could happen that are dark that, like, freak me out, so I usually don't watch it, but I didn't realize he was in Black Mirror, so
I might have to watch this episode, especially it's White Christmas. I might have a White Christmas thanks to this winter freaking storm watch. You guys don't know, I was like maybe 30 minutes away from going live here. I was still at my job issuing like alerts and stuff. I was panicking. I was messaging you. I was like, I'm still at work. We're going to do this. It's going to be fine. But yes, Fan Z Scene Vids. Love dark sci-fi. All right. Well, see, are you a fan of Good Omens then? Because it has that dark edge to it with like fantasy and just like awesomeness. It doesn't fit into a real genre, does it?
Yeah. Not really, because I mean, you could say it's in some way sci-fi, but I don't know, there's other, like, the biblical aspects to it that are, like, I don't know. But it kind of encompasses a few different genres in my eyes, so.
It really, yeah. You could do a Venn diagram and Good Omens is right in the middle. But
You're not wrong.
So we've talked about Aziraphale, Crowley, and Gabriel. Those are our three heavenly beings. Let's talk about one that's tied between both, if I can get this to actually work. Okay. So we have Adam. First impressions. This is actually from the first scene. But before we even get to that, Fancy Scene Vids. You have not watched Good Omens yet? See. Okay, I got into Good Omens because of David Tennant. You have not lived until you've seen him in those tight black jeans. Although you may have, and it's just me. Jilliann had to put up with this for an entire year, guys. She's used to it. If you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime, and it's only 6 episodes. 1 hour each. You got 5-star review for me. Jilliann, what do you say?
Oh, 5 stars. And the thing with this show is that, like, at the end of every episode, it leaves you at, like, some sort of cliffhanger that you're like, oh man, I gotta watch the next episode because I gotta know what happens. At least that's what happened with me. I was like, because I was gonna try to, like, space it out, be like, I'm not gonna watch it all in one day. I'm gonna be a good person, and then I didn't end up doing that because I was like, I need to know what happens. And I was trying to avoid spoilers. So.
Oh yeah. Well, and you hear the and you're like, they can't be it. That's been an hour of my life. That can't be it. So yeah. We might dip into spoilers. I will do a little wavy wave if there's a spoiler, but you should definitely go watch it and then come back and listen to this because we always love people commenting and telling us their first time views. Oh my gosh, we're getting so many comments. You guys, we're gonna pause from talking about Adam because we have to talk about these. Ooh, okay. So this is from Black Mirror. So it's 30 to 40 years in the future. So within our lifetimes, if we don't, die in a tornado or something. Those rare things that never happen around me. I'm not salty at all.
Chase them, Katie. Just don't chase them.
Yeah, true. But every episode explores the impact technology can have on society. So that's like a whole nother aspect of like bending reality, sci-fi, fantasy thrown in together. I'm gonna
Mhm.
have to watch that episode now. Let's see. It's on my watch list. I will have, if you bump it up to the top, we can have you on for a podcast to talk about it. How about that? Always looking for people to talk about shows with. That is all I do with my life now. Jillian's actually being a productive member of society and continuing to learn and be amazing. I, on the other hand, am sitting in my apartment looking up pictures of David Tennant and Michael Sheen and all these characters. Just
Hey, you're doing things to further greatness in this world, so
for
you're
8 hours a day. I say it's going to be sunny and 60, and it hasn't changed for the past like 3 months.
Hey, you might get a snowstorm. I was just looking and I
So
noticed
true.
you might get a snowstorm.
I swear,
So
if this one misses, I'm going to lose my mind. Uh, let's see. Good Omens is great too. I was sad when it was over. Yeah, but you know what? That's why if you finish up the TV show, you can go read the book. It's like an extended version.
kind of.
And I'm surprised at how much it's stuck to canon, like the TV show.
Yeah.
Like I know Terry
Mhm.
Pratchett, he wanted it to be great, and so you have Neil Gaiman, who was the other half of writing the book, who did the show. But yeah, compared to most adaptations, this one's probably like 95% book material, and then the other
Mhm.
5% is Gabriel.
And I don't know, I appreciate that, and I guess I guess that's what you get when you have, like, you have Neil Gaiman there basically being like, "It needs to be as accurate to the book as humanly possible," or, obviously with some caveats, but I don't know. I always appreciate that when that care is taken to not, like, deviate from something that, I know a lot of people really loved and respected before the TV show came out. I know this book was, very special to a lot of people, so just to see it done right is, always it warms my heart, so
Well, and it apparently warmed John Hamm's heart too, because I just
Mhm.
remembered this when they found out that the book was being adapted, and they knew Neil knew that John was a fan of it, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to write this role for Gabriel. Would you be interested?" All he wrote back was, "Yes, Ham." So that's yeah, totally the response you would get from someone who's like, "I cannot talk now. Just 3 letters, and then you're in." But then we get to Adam after we talk about COVID NATO 2021. Let's
No.
hope not, because Jillian and I want to go storm chasing. Uh, but we have Adam. And what was your first impression of this sweet little child before knowing his dark secret?
I mean, I actually really liked his character before. Oh, I mean, I liked his character throughout because I think I don't know, it just shows having, the darkness come in at one point in the plot line. I won't try to, get into too much so I don't get into spoilers, but at the beginning, I just thought his character was, and again, this actor did a really good job. It was just, he was kind of like this sweet little boy who just wanted this dog and, wanted to go out and play with his friends and whatnot. So I really liked his character in the beginning. And then I was a little worried there for part of it. And then I think it all came together in the end. So I think his character brought something that was needed to the storyline. Obviously, he played a big part in this whole thing with the part he played. Is
Yeah.
obviously I won't
We're
go
going to
too
get
much
very
into it.
close to
I don't
spoiler.
know. I don't know how many spoilers I should poke in there.
Well, I love it because yeah, it is a very fine line to tread. But the actor, because I'm a good podcast host and I have notes written hastily on the back of grocery lists. The actor's name is Sam Taylor Buck. And he actually doesn't have that many credits. I was checking out his
Really?
IMDb, anything he was in. He was in I, Medici, or Medici. But that was one of the only major roles that he's had. And so Good Omens, I got the feeling he was like an actual, like, not that sounds weird, a seasoned actor, but he's
Mhm.
just come in and just I he did a great job.
Yeah, for I didn't know that he hadn't been in a lot of stuff because I'm not brushed up on a lot of, like, British television, I
Mhm.
don't know if he would more lean towards that, but, I mean, I think he did a great job for, not having very many actor credits or whatever in, other TV shows and movies. He just, like I think he came in and nailed it, like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
his he just nailed Adam, like, amazing on the first try. So he
And
just had he was able to express like all those emotions and stuff like that that came with everything that happened throughout throughout the show. So
and
he did an
I think the
amazing job.
entire young actors cast, because there's 3 he
Mhm.
has 3 friends for anyone who hasn't seen it,
Mhm.
and, they all did a really good job of emoting. I know with child
Mhm.
actors, it's very hard. They don't even know what their emotions are going through. I still don't know what my emotions are, and I'm 24 now. Had to think there for a sec. And, so, to see that sort of maturity from, young actors is impressive, but also
Mhm.
he is just perfect. Like, he almost has that
Mhm.
ethereal quality to him that there's a spoiler that anyone who knows the character knows, makes him a little unearthly. But
Mhm.
that's as far as we can go. Now, we do have another comment from Daniel, and that is, did you watch Hannibal on NBC? I haven't seen Hannibal. Have you seen it, Jillian?
No, I haven't, but I see it a lot on, in just online when I'm looking at things or whatever. It comes up a lot because I know it was really popular. But yeah, I never watched it, but um, I mean, I'm open to watching anything, and for the most part, if it gets a little scary, I get a little, but
Yeah.
I mean, this show got a little in some spots too, so I'm open to a lot of things, TV show wise, especially if they're pretty popular. I know they're well vetted by people then.
I'm gonna have to check out Hannibal, and then what is it? The Good Son. It's what Michael's in right now.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I have that. It's in my Hulu watch playlist, like, that I really, really wanna watch because Michael's in it, so
He
it's
has an
it's been
American
sitting in
accent.
there. What's that?
You have an American accent.
I haven't watched it yet. It's in, like I'm waiting. I know I
Oh,
need to watch it. It's been in there for, like, 6 months now, and I haven't had the time to go in and watch it yet, but
I think
or
I
it's
see a
the
watch
it's the
party.
it's the Prodigal Son, right?
The Prodigal Son. Yeah. What did I say?
Yeah. The
I
Good
don't know
Son,
what.
I think. I don't know.
Well, it's
I knew what
clearly
you
the
meant.
opposite of that. Oh, look, we have another person vouching for Hannibal. So there you
Oh,
go. Bump that up a
nice.
couple of ticks on our list. I'll watch Hannibal if you watch Good Omens. We'll do a trade
Yeah.
off there. So we've talked about Adam, I think, as much as we can without treading into spoiler territory. But we do have 2 other characters that we can talk about before I get into my adorable idiots pictures, because they're literally titled adorable idiots, and then historical adorable idiots in the park, and yeah, you get the trend. Uh, but we get to talk about 2 other main characters, and that, of course, is Anathema and Newt, which Newt is just a very fun and very British name, I feel. As someone in America, it seems like a British name.
Mhm.
But yes, these 2, I don't know about you, but when I first saw them, I wasn't too into their characters. I think it was mainly because I was drawn to the show because of David and Michael. And thank you, PJ. Look at Orville Nation sharing the love. You are great. Oh, thank you to everyone in the comments. Keep them coming. So tell us what you think of these 2. But for me, I was lukewarm reaction to that. I was like, oh, okay, we got a witch. We have a witch finder. We have an adorable little puppy. Hello. And
Yeah.
no, see, everyone loves pets. Like Radar's just
I
singing over
know.
there.
My mom just got home, so of
Ah,
course she has to go crazy as soon as anybody comes home. So
show
I have a
their love.
corgi, so she's a little rascal. So
Corgis. Yeah, oh gosh, I love it. I love Bailey. But yeah, so when I saw these two, I was like, okay, fine. They're filling characters. And then we get a couple episodes in it, I think, okay, they aren't just there for the sake of there. They actually have a story. They actually have a plot. And for me, the real payoff was when all their paths actually intertwined in the last step. Well, yeah, the last bit of the series. We'll put it that way.
Mhm.
And that's when I went and rewatched it, I paid more attention to their characters and I saw a lot more of the details with them. But the two actors, I must say, for Anathema is Adria Arjona. I think I said that right. If she's watching, first off, how did you find this? And second of all, yay. But she was in Pacific Rim Uprising, True Detective, Six Underground with Ryan Reynolds. Like, she has some credits there. And of course,
Oh,
New
wow.
Pulse.
Wow.
You got Jack Whitehall, who's more of a comedian, but did Fresh Meat and A League of Their Own. So you have established actors, and I think that's really made it really enjoyable for me, is that you could clearly tell they just stepped into the roles. But once I got warmed up to their character, then I could actually appreciate what they were doing. But what did you think?
I kind of agree with you on like the front half, where I appreciated their characters in general, but I didn't really get into them, and like, you know, really getting into their whole like part in the show until like things kind of started, like, what is it, speeding up a little bit halfway through the show. So but then once that happened, I was like, wow, these are actually really awesome, you know, characters, especially Anathema. I mean, she's kind of amazing, and I really enjoyed her aspect in this show. And again, I think these two, like, everybody in the show kind of comes together and just creates this amazing thing. Like, they're amazing in their own parts, but when they're all like, they all get together, it just makes something that's already amazing even more amazing. So
Oh,
I really enjoyed their characters, especially Newt. He was again some comedic relief, and I always appreciate like comedic, you know, things in TV shows.
and
um
adorable nerdy characters.
Yes, very true, yeah.
We have Dee Dee Myers saying that the show has a great topic, so thank you. We have 12 people watching right now. You guys are
Oh, wow.
And of course, we have Troy. Hello, Troy there. What did you hear late? Well, first off, have you seen Good Omens? Because if not, you can probably rewatch this whole thing, and we've promoted it like how many times now? Go watch the show. If you have seen it, go watch it again.
You know, Amazon Prime really should pay us for promoting the show this much.
Free Funko Pops. Like, if anyone's in the show on the comments and you're watching and didn't know, they're coming out with Good Omens Funko Pops. And I called Jilliann last night because I was panicking. They sold out of the two set that has the wings, and I found two of them. I don't know why I stuck up the extra finger. Two of them. I got to see each one. So it's awesome. Oh, so happy.
They don't ship till March.
Till March. It's gonna be a long wait. Oh, hate to go, but I've got to get back at it. Great stream. Love your enthusiasm. Aw, thank you. Thank you for sticking with us. Enjoy whatever you have to get back to, unless it's murder, because that's illegal. The sugar's still going. Then, of course, we have Nanette. That's Troy's wife. So, hi. And it's on Amazon. Yes, you have no excuses there, Troy.
Yeah.
And the best thing is,
Amazon Prime.
I know how to message you, dude. You gotta watch it. You two sit down. 6 episodes, 1 hour each. And you get to encounter great characters like these from actors and comedians that you might not have heard of. Like, I hadn't heard of these two before Good Omens.
I hadn't either, no.
Nice.
I had really only I had heard of Michael a little bit, but I had heard of David Tennant because I had started Doctor Who, but then I never finished it, so I need to get back to that at some point. And I know Katie is going to pressure me to do that.
I mean, it might just be the
and I had heard of John Hamm.
that I have.
The shrine to David Tennant is on your wall. So, but yeah, I hadn't heard really, other than David, Michael, and John Hamm. I hadn't really heard of a few of the other ones. But yeah, I really appreciate this show, like introducing me to these amazing actors who like I again had never heard of, but they blew, their characters out of the park with this show. So
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of park, do you want to click over to Dorks in the Park? Because I have some great pictures that I was pulling. I was like, oh, we can talk about Crow, we can talk about Aziraphale. I think this one was called Modern Dorks. Yes. But you see, if you're new to the show, or if you haven't seen the show, it takes place over how many thousands of years was it? I believe it was 6,000.
I don't remember, but it was quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a long time, and you get to see some really actually adorable costumes too. And anyone who's been in theater or in TV production knows costumes, or even with cosplay, costumes can be a pain in the butt. Literally, wedgies are a problem. And I'm looking at David Tennant because he had these skinny black jeans on. And he's done so many interviews where he talks about how that he has that Crowley strut. And let me see, I have they're adorable dorks. There's that picture where he has that Crowley strut. And it's because he couldn't actually walk in those pants. I mean, it was zip locked onto him.
Oh my God, that's funny.
It's incredible. But like, that couldn't have been comfortable. But he rocked it anyway and made it a part of the character. And that's actually one of the parts that I really like about his character, because he has this strut. Oh, see, we need to do a Doctor Who show. Message me about that. We need to get like the Doctor Who Christmas special or something, and then make Jillian watch it.
Yeah.
But out of all of their costumes, I'll flip through a couple of what era would you say you prefer?
God. That's a great question. I need to rewatch this show. It's been a few months. It's been more than a few months.
Too long.
I don't remember when I watched it last. Oh, bless your soul, Katie. I don't know. I love, was the one they were, is this the one where they were in like when Shakespeare was?
No, that one was, I need to, with the curly hair.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
Park. Oh my gosh.
Or the one where they're in like full like knight in armor. That one I find so hilarious.
Yes. Oh, that would be painful to cosplay. So, for me, one of the ones that I actually really liked, which I was really surprised about, was the Eden look. Because this is your first look at them as characters. And I didn't watch the trailers. I was like, David, and clicked on it. So
as you do.
As you do. And I thought they were going to wear these for the entire show, which I thought, one, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. And two, did you really put David and Michael in burlap sacks? Like, that's what you had then, and you're going to go with that? But yeah.
I do really appreciate, I agree with you that this is also one of the best. I love that they included their wings in this aspect because they look amazing. And I don't know, I think it looks so cool. And I think that may nudge it up to the top as well. So
they're all crammed into one level.
I have no opinion, they're all great.
Well, that's a good point about the wings, because you don't see them other than in a special moment. But spoilers for Doctor Who fans, Troy. And because you'll come to find spoilers aren't acceptable in this fandom either. But when their wings come out, Aziraphale's, they start up and they have to flap down, where Crowley's, they start down and have to adjust up. And that's a detail I maybe picked up on my fourth rewatch.
I didn't even pick that up, so
it was very subtle, and that you can thank Reddit for that.
Nice.
And we can thank many of bits of knowledge that I have. But yeah, it's little things like that, attention to detail that just it's like sprinkle upon sprinkle with hot fudge, more ice cream, then more sprinkles on top of these characters that you already expected to be great. This, for me, it's one of those rare shows where the characters exceed my expectations. I don't know, have you ever seen a show where that actually happened?
That like the characters themselves exceeded your expectations or my expectations,
Oh,
I guess.
yeah.
Um, yes, and yeah, I mean, I've had again, I hate to like divert to different fandoms and like I can talk
You
about
met me.
that.
The channel called so
I
many
know,
fandoms.
I know. I lived with you for a year, so I should, yeah.
Go
But
for it. Take your
um,
train of thought, derail it off a viaduct. Like, go for it.
uh, but I agree with you on these. Like, I was expecting to get into the show. I knew it was going to be good. Because usually most of the time, you know, if it's Amazon Prime, it's most of the time going to be pretty top notch. And I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't realize how good it was going to be and how well developed these characters are. And I was just thinking this the other day. That's why I like TV shows better than movies, because I want to see the character progression. And not that you can't have a character progression in a movie or whatever, but you just get more time to see, I don't know, it fleshed out through like multiple episodes. So I agree with like you saying that these characters exceeded my expectations. And like I said, with deviating to other fandoms, I'm a huge Supernatural fan,
I
and
knew it.
so I and I don't I can talk about this show forever. But I kind of spoiled Supernatural for myself. I like didn't really know what it was, and so I kind of inserted myself into the watching it, I guess you could say, probably how like in season 7 or 8, because I was like, oh, I don't know what the show is. And so I kind of spoiled part of it for myself, which I didn't mean to do, because I was like, I'm used to shows like crime shows where you can kind of just jump in wherever in the plot in general. And so then I got to know Castiel from Supernatural. And so I had watched a couple of episodes. So I knew when I started it from the beginning that it was going to, like, I was kind of waiting for his character to come, because I knew he was pretty cool, pretty awesome. I really liked his character. But then, like, I watched, you know, and now that the series is over, just his whole entire character like exceeded my expectation, even though I jumped in randomly in the show. Like, he's, you know, his whole story arc has just changed so dramatically in the 12 years he was on the show. And so I don't know. That was another one for me, and that's another reason why I love Aziraphale, is because he kind of reminds me of Cass a little bit. So,
Oh, you're
um, but yeah. So I have a thing for cosplaying angels, apparently, because I
yeah.
also cosplayed Cass at, you know, the Comic-Con we went to. So, but yeah, I've experienced that in multiple shows where you get into it and you're like, wow, this is not what I expected, but in a good way. So
Yes. Oh, and Troy's absolutely right. We're in an era of subverting expectations. Star Trek. I'm staring at my Geekmas tree that has all my Star Trek ornaments on it, just passive aggressively. Yeah, no, the show's still relatively new. It came out, what, 2019? Oh gosh, I'm a bad fan.
I'm a bad. It wasn't last some. Yeah, it was 2019. Because yeah, it was
Okay.
yeah.
It's still new
June.
and all the effects hold up. That's a plus. And yes, I'm glad you also love this scene. It's a good scene to love because it gets you into the show. And I completely agree with Louise Sparrow. The most accurate book adaptation you've seen. For me, yeah, it's better than Harry Potter. It's better than, I've never seen Twilight, but I imagine it's better than that. And I'm starting to realize, you know, Michael was in Twilight and Tron. He has this thing for series, and you know, maybe he can sprinkle some of that magic and get us a series too.
I mean, they could probably come up with something.
Yeah, I hope, because Amazon Prime, they've come out and they've said it's in Neil Gaiman's hands now. If he wants to, he can. But there's also Neil who's like, I wrote this book. I only wrote half of it. The other half is in heaven right now, and you don't want to screw up what you just did.
Right.
So I'm honestly happy either way. For any of you who are into fan fiction, good Lord, make sure you use a private browser, as I found out. But there are plenty, there are plenty of continuations, and amazingly detailed art that you just happen to stumble upon, and in an airport, that you just so happen to slam your computer shut to the point you break your spacebar. It's fine. That totally didn't happen to me. But yes. Yeah, I totally lost the train of thought. Just don't look up fan fiction in the airport. Just don't do it. Don't watch the Orville episode. Yeah, the Mothman orgy. Oh my gosh, we were together watching that. You can attest. I smacked my laptop closed so
fast. Yeah.
There's
we were in an airport, weren't we? Oh, we were in Phoenix Airport, yeah.
Because I think you were trying to read Good Omens. I was like, hey, you want to join this fandom? Orville?
Yeah.
You went back to reading your book quite quickly after that.
No, you gave me one of your headphones and you made me watch the scene with you.
Oh, good times. See, so many fandoms. It's a channel for so many fandoms. We talk about one, we talk about them all. Oh gosh. But yes, so that, I think we've talked about the main 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. Out today. That's a plus. That's a win. I'm keeping that in the tally mark for the win pile. But do you have anything else to say to these lovely people that we have in the comments, like Troy?
With Katie, everything escalates fast.
See, Orville Nation, I have other people, like there are professionals on there. Like I have to, like with Joe, you gotta tone it down. Talk about Mothman orgies as much. And yeah, now I'm here with a friend and chaos. Who's here for the chaos?
Chaos always seems to ensue whenever you and I are together in some platform or however it is.
Almost finding knives. What else? What other chaos have we caused?
Oh, we created an entire parody.
Yes, the music video parody. That will probably pop up somewhere sometime. But yes. So yeah, did I say? Do you have anything else to say to the people who are watching? That was what I was saying before. I went off the train.
I just appreciate everybody for coming in and hear us talking about one of our favorite things, and just to kind of here's another person's, or I guess 2 people's perspective on this amazing show, and talking about these wonderfully amazing characters that Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett wrote how many years ago? Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm gonna look and I have my book, so I can look real quick.
And while they're looking, if any of you who are watching this are fans of Good Omens and want to do what we've been doing and just chat about the show while live streaming and being able to talk with other fans, type it in the comments. I'll reach out. I don't know, Jillian, if you wanted to do this again, we still have plenty of characters to go through and episodes to talk about.
I love this show. Maybe that'll persuade me to watch the show again and just so I can remember all the details, because I think it's been about a year since I've watched it, because I watched it last year during Christmas time-ish, I think. Yeah, so it's probably about time again.
Renew your vows with the show.
What's that?
Renew your vows with the show. It's just keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, and now we have 15 people watching just as we come to an end. Well, we have a few more comments we can go through before then. And like I said, if you want to be a part of this, just type it in the comments. Troy, yes, you don't know me yet. We keep doing shows like this, you will very much get a good grasp on the chaotic essence that I give off. Yeah, we're gonna get some penguins if we get some of that snow. Fingers crossed. Next week, okay, this is not an official forecast sanctioned by me or anyone else. I do this hype train forecast. Jillian is very much aware of it, where you just find the computer model that has the most snow and hope for the best. There's one that's showing up for next week. So maybe we might get a snowstorm here in Siouxland next week. We'll see. But oh my gosh, we have 15 likes and 0 dislikes. That is a credit to the people who are watching this. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. And couldn't do this without you guys. You could do a supernatural comparison as well.
Yes. I will literally never stop talking about supernatural. So
there's always room for shows. Now, see, like we said, Jillian, you're a grad school student. You are actually being productive. So whenever your schedule permits, I would always love to have you back because this is just the best highlight of my day. And that says something because my parents are driving out here right now. So that's one of the great things about not working with people and my parents being retired is we have no exposure. So see a person and touch another human, which sounds weird, but I have not had a hug in ages. And the claws get in the way. But yeah. No, you are seriously the best. Thank you so much for doing this. And for those who don't know, this is your first podcast.
Yep, it's my first podcast. Anytime Katie comes to me with ideas, I usually say yes. So
let's go rob a bank. No.
That one I will say no to. I'm in my
essence of you. See,
I might get kicked out of grad school if that happens, and that can't happen. So.
Pay for grad school.
Hey, I'm getting that covered already with being a teaching assistant. So.
Well, now that we finally had one more derailment away from Good Omens, thank you all.
Just normal conversation with the two of us. It derails so easily.
And it's fun. But thank you all for tuning in. For all people who have popped in to say hi and watch live, or if you're watching this on repeat, let us know in the comments if you want us to do more of these. Because I had a blast. Hopefully you all had a blast. Jillian, seems like you had a blast too.
I did. It gets me out of my the rut that I've been in the last 2 weeks of not being productive. So,
whoa! It's only lasted 2 weeks for you, huh?
Well, that's how long it's been since the semester ended. So,
there you go. Once we go through an entire calendar year, then we can talk.
Okay.
But thank you all again, and of course, just stay nerdy. I don't have an end line, but have fun, guys. Stay safe. Enjoy the holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate, and just be well. And what's the line? Mind how you go.
Aw.